All right, this is Bob Maloney from my MMA News, and I'm talking to my man, my good friend Lenny the Gorilla Rufati. Lenny is 3-1 as a pro, coming off his first defeat at Ring of Combat 69. He's getting the champs at Redemption at Ring of Combat 70, taking on Troy Green, who is the man who gave him his first loss. Lenny, a couple of weeks out from the fight. Before we even talk about your battle, how you feeling? I know you told me that you were going to do a couple things differently this camp.
Yeah. No, I feel great, man. As usual, weight is on point. My mind is right. Man, at last I just needed to make one little adjustment that I failed to do. And I'm kicking my, self in the foot for it. But now I know the adjustment, and it should be. I feel really good about it. Otherwise, I would not have done the automatic rematch. As you saw, it's a very close fight. It's back and forth.
Let's talk about the fight because, listen, it's one of the most tiresome fights you could possibly have. It was basically 3 rounds of grind. It was a lot of clenching, a lot of dirty boxing, a lot of wrestling. Not much stand up at all because you both, I mean, there was really not much room between you. Both of you closed the distance a lot. So, what do you? I follow you on social media, of course. You said that you weren't happy about that and that you were going to do
No.
something different this fight, that you were planning on, trying to keep some distance and standing it up. How did you approach that in camp differently? You're going into what? How did you change your mindset for this fight?
Basically, just strike a little more. As coach says, when you actually land and punch them in the face, they tend to forget about their legs. Some guys you can just out muscle, get in on them, and take them down. Some guys you got to punch them in the face more and then get the takedown. Troy's one of those guys where he's very strong, he's long, and he's thick, so you can't just try to muscle him. If you just light him up a little bit, punch him a little bit, and then the takedown's there. I promise you that. Every time I threw a jab at him, he seemed a little out of it, and then I went to grab him, and then he was relieved. Okay, he's not gonna punch me anymore. I kept doing that for 3 freaking rounds. Talk about fighter IQ there. I got to get work on that, but I feel fine. It's called mixed martial arts. We're not wrestling. We're not boxing. We're doing mixed martial arts. So anything, you have to be able to attack and make those adjustments at any time, whether it's punching, kicking, clinching, taking them down, keeping them there. Yeah, and you said it was 2 rounds to 1. I was one takedown away in the third round from getting that. I'd be 4-0 right now. So, but hats off to the guy. As you saw, the guy's in shape. He's got a good camp himself. He had Dre the Bull there. It was great. No excuses. He beat me. Respect to the guy, but I don't see it happening again. I'll make a bold claim here, okay? If I lose to this man again in the same exact manner, I should no longer be fighting MMA. I gotta, fool me once, shame on you. Now, like I said, in the same manner, you're not gonna see us. You're not gonna see me trying to hug the guy for 3 rounds because that didn't work the first time. It's not gonna work the second time.
Have you gone back and watched that fight a bunch of times?
Yes, I had. You bet. You bet. The first time it was hard to watch. He was like, "Oh man, I don't know if I want to." But once I watched it, I was like, "Are you kidding me?" Especially that third round when I took him down, I got a little excited. And that third round when I had the takedown, instead of go for the kill for the punch right away, all I had to do was just position myself a little better, hold him, and then strike. So this time when I get the takedown, hold him down a little better, and then strike. Or I mean, you and I both know I have enough power to put him out with one punch on the feet on the way in. And he knows that. I've had multiple knockouts with just a left hook from the feet. I took out the kid that was 6-0, 3 knockouts coming as a pro, Drago back in May. And honestly, in my opinion, that kid's very talented. So I feel good about this. Also, another thing about Troy is he's never had a finish. He always plays the and in respect to him, I'm just saying as an analysis here, he always plays the point game where he just wants to hold and just grind you out and finish the fight. He does not. He's not dangerous, whereas he's not looking to end the fight. It's just it's not exciting. I mean, I'm always trying to get a finish, man. Whether it's on the feet or on the floor, because we're fighting. But to each his own. Anything can happen. It's a fight.
Awesome. Listen, can't wait to see how you make out with this fight. Before we go, give out some love. Who's working your corner, and give some shout outs to your sponsors. I know you have a lot of support. Listen, that's one of the best. There you go. I know that. Listen, people you should write a little memoir for fighters, for regional fighters, on how to work social media and your personality to get sponsors, because it's such an important part at this level. To get to the next level, it's really important.
Sure.
Because you know it as well as I do, that money that you make from a fight, it's just not enough. It never is. What it costs for a camp and to pay your training partners, your schooling. It's not the glamorous job that everybody thinks it is. You need every ounce of support you can get.
Correct. That you couldn't be any more right on that. And I'm so grateful of these sponsors, because I'm thinking, oh man, I just got my first loss. Nobody wants to sponsor a guy that just took a loss. Apparently, that's not true. I think I've had more sponsors this fight than any other fight. I'm like, holy mackerel! I'm very grateful. They all came in just last week, 2 weeks ago. So, I felt like, oh man, I really got to win this, not for myself, but also for my supporters. So this time I had working, of course, Ryan. I'd love to have Ryan, but he's the main event. He's the co-main event. So at least we'll be hanging out in the back room. That's fine. I called Trent Stump back again, who's fighting again this weekend. I liked him. I had him in my corner back in February, and I thought the things that he said to me really clicked, so I wanted him again. So he'll be there. I got Emmanuel Sanchez again, the Bellator's top contender for the 145. He's doing the Grand Prix. He also cornered me in May when I got the knockout. He wrapped my hand, so I told him, however you wrapped him in May, wrap him again. So we knock him out again. So I'm grateful that he's coming. He's like 2 or 3 fights away from being a millionaire in Bellator. And then my third cornerman is Eddie Selar, my day one guy that comes to all my fights from Method MMA in Maryland. So anyway, that's my full team, 3 guys. So real quick, my sponsors out here in Sheboygan, Wisconsin. Harry Latifi, he owns a bistro, Prohibition Bistro. Such a sweet, sweet guy. Always making sure I'm okay for my fights. He's always he bought UFC Fight Pass for the year just so he can watch me. Very nice guy. Parkside Restaurant, which is Sam Abazi, Smite Abazi, my brother-in-law, surprised me just the other day. He's right here in Sheboygan, Wisconsin as well. Newport Car Service, my Albanian friend Benny Nelovic, based out of Staten Island, New York. Lakeshore Realty up in Connecticut. Alban and David Dedbukai, also Albanian Americans, doing really well, selling houses up there. Plymouth Pizzeria, I got to say with a shout out to my dad, because he's always barking at me. Gruppi Musicor Melodia, Haiti Mehmeti. This guy comes to every fight. He always brings a crowd. He always fills up front row. I can't thank this guy enough. He's always he does singing for local Albanian parties. The guy's awesome. There's 2 more. Tony and Tina's Burek and Pizza in Bronx, New York City. Simon Kaitazi, very nice gentleman. And Besso Auto Repair, Staten Island, Mirsad Mehmeti. These people made it possible for me to be able to not only fly, make money. It's like a paid-off vacation and then some. And also, I can pay my corners, because I'm not one of those guys that are cheap. I make sure everybody's taken care of, And I'm flying out, my girlfriend. So we all got to have got to be fancy, But thank you very much, Bob, for always doing this, and I look forward to doing this again with you for the next card.
It's fantastic, Lenny, man. You're listen. You're not just a fighter to me. You're a friend. I wish you nothing but the best. And I know that Troy Green's going to have his hands full this time, because you're not nicknamed the Gorilla for nothing. So this is going to be, I look forward to talking to you afterwards. I'll talk to you on Sunday after the fight, my man.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have a smarter gorilla this time. Lenny 2.